Yo, it's Pro Wrestling Summer. We're back up in this bitch. What's up, Chris Dozer? How you doing, man?
Tatum, I'm living, buddy. How are you?
Oh, living the dream, buddy. It's WrestleMania week. Thank God we're here once again. We're coming back. We're coming back with a brand new attitude. We're gonna be doing some crazy shit upcoming. We're gonna have some guests on. We got a lot of things upcoming, so it's gonna be a good time. I hope that you're strapped in for the ride there, Mr. Dozer.
As strapped in as I need to be.
All right, that a boy.
I'll buckle up if I have to.
That's it. Buckle up. Well, night
Back
one
in
and
better than ever.
night one and night two look pretty amazing. As I'm looking at the card right now, I really feel like they put in a lot of like thought and care into what they're putting out for Mania. So, I mean, let's start out with night one with what looks to be the first match, which is Jade and Naomi.
Which is an interesting choice. I like it for the opening of WrestleMania having that. That seems to be the only really women's program that has a lot of juice.
Yeah.
If there's one knock, my knock will be for the women's division in WWE, because it seems like after Rhea Ripley, there's not much going on.
I agree.
It seems like that's a cash cow, and I don't know why they pulled the strap off of her so soon after taking off Liv. I don't mind Io being champion. I just feel like she's the third wheel in this match, and I think that's a disservice to her. But again, opening the show with Jade and Naomi, which is a blood feud, as you would call it.
Yep.
Blood. It's gonna be interesting to see if Jade delivers, which I have no doubt she will. But there's always some doubt in there because they seem to lose confidence in her really quickly.
Well, I think this is kind of the last opportunity for her to get the shit right. You know what I mean? Like she has a very small window to kind of right the ship. And,
Exactly.
I mean, Naomi is definitely the person to do it against. I'm glad that they did this storyline, because I don't think Naomi really cares about going over or anything like that. And I think that if it was Bianca in the storyline with Jade and Naomi, I think that Bianca would be forced to put Jade over, and I don't think that she really wants that, to be perfectly honest with you.
No, I don't blame her, because again, she's the new person in the door, the least experienced out of everyone in the women's division that's on the roster right now.
Agreed.
And I want her to succeed, but wouldn't surprise me if she doesn't. I think this match is make or break for her career. If she doesn't deliver, she's not going to be employed very much longer. You saw how quickly they cut ties with Gable Stevenson when they knew he wasn't going to pay out the shit. I don't want that to happen to her. I see that happening to her.
Do you? You see that happening to Jade?
Yes, I do. I see her. I'm not trying to wish her bad juju. I actually want her to deliver. I want her to succeed. But I see the slippery slope she's on, which in part is due to her and her inexperience. The amount of money they invested in her, I don't think they can waste any more time. They have to pull a trigger on her at some point.
Well, I think that
should have got the off her.
Yeah, I mean, I think that her likability factor has gone really downhill.
Absolutely.
Some people are not very high on her, and I kind of understand why. But I mean, she is such an incredible athlete and such a physical specimen that it's like really difficult not to want to see her succeed, you know?
Exactly. Like you want to see a success story out of this, right? I'm rooting for her to succeed, but I'm not sure it's within her yet. You know what I'm saying? You and I have been involved in the wrestling business for a long time, right?
Correct.
There's people who get it and people who don't.
Correct.
The people who don't get it are usually obvious. And there's things and mechanics that she doesn't get that I see happening, and these easy mistakes, these fixable mistakes that keep happening in our matches, are really inexcusable at this point.
I agree.
They're unavoidable. That's going to happen because you have experience there. But I think the patience for that is very, very limited, considering how shallow the women's roster is. Really, when you think about it, it's only 3 stars per show.
And I mean, Liv is at the top of that heap. I mean, Bayley has taken a giant step down.
Yes, she has, and Liv has taken the ball and ran with it. She is the woman's
MVP.
Oh, absolutely, because she can carry a storyline with any face.
I agree.
And be believable. And I'm glad she got in the women. She's on the WrestleMania roster, a WrestleMania card, because she deserves a spot for all the work she's done. She carried the women's division while Rhea Ripley was out.
I agree.
And I'll save my comments for the women's division of SmackDown later on in the broadcast. But yeah, there's a very limited window for her to succeed, and I think it should have got the pot time for her and for Jade. Naomi is going to deliver no matter what. I have every confidence in the world she's going to deliver, because once again, she came from WWE, went out to other places, got better, came back, and has been only better since she came back.
I agree. She's kind of really unsung.
She got stuck with this heel turn, right? I'm sure she didn't want the heel turn, but someone had to turn heel in that storyline. If it wasn't going to be Jade, it was going to be Naomi. You know what I'm saying? And it made sense. That's the thing I can think of this storyline. It made sense. Everything made sense. And as far as I'm concerned, if Jade doesn't deliver with a capable opponent, this is going to be one of the last times you see her.
Yeah, I think that this is. I think that this is going to be. I think that this is going to be kind of a make and break moment for her. Just from the sheer fact that they've invested so much time and money into her already, that if she doesn't pay it off now, I don't know if she's going to be able to pay it off ever.
Ever, exactly. And that's a very scary thing. And when you're young as she is.
Yeah, I mean she's in her early 30s. Yeah.
Like she's you heard her about tiptoeing through a minefield. She's skipping through a minefield right now.
Yeah, I agree. So do you like Jade to go over in this match? Do you like Jade to go over?
I don't know.
No.
I see that happening as her being the face.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think the storyline kind of dictates it. I'm not sure where that leaves her and Bianca, to be honest.
Yeah, does that put them does that put them against each other?
I mean, if you have Bianca come out with a women's world title, yeah. Which is, again, like you're booking yourself into a corner with that. There's only so many limited angles you can go with it. So unless Bianca turns with Naomi at the end, you're kind of stuck with Bianca as a lukewarm babyface.
Yeah, and, I mean, I can see them starting out with Jade, starting out the show with a face going over. I just think that there's.
I think you said, I think that match plays a huge role in this, because you want to start out on a good note. Like, you want to keep the crowd happy.
Right.
I think the crowd wants to see Jade get the revenge on Naomi. They kept her. They've done a masterful job of keeping that apart for a long time now. So it's time for them to fucking go at it.
Yeah, I'm going to be really interested to see what they do with this match for sure. I mean, this is going to kind of dictate how day one's going to go with the opening match. And
if Jade fumbles, I have a bold prediction for you. If Jade fumbles the ball, don't be surprised when you see her as a part of the roster cuts post-Mania.
Really?
Yeah, I see that happening.
Interesting. Now that is a fucking hot take right there. Part of the roster cuts after Mania.
There's going to be a roster downsize after WrestleMania. There always is. And they're already talking about rumored cuts from the front office and from the talent perspective. So,
yeah, Karrion Kross is on that cut list.
Yes. Yeah, and I love Karrion Kross. I do. I don't think he deserves to be, but I think he's gotten the shit handed to him with stale storylines and terrible booking.
Well, you pair him up with
he's the one who's
AOP.
benefited.
It makes no sense. You pair him up with AOP, and it doesn't make any fucking sense to do it. So
And you cut his legs from under him and release him.
crazy.
Like, where does that leave him? Leaves him floating in the wind.
Yeah.
And to his credit, he's rolled with it. But again, I think he's far more talented than they've ever given him credit for.
I agree. 110%.
Just haven't featured him in the right matches
Now,
with the right opponents.
would you put Jade in that same boat? Like, this is the sink or swim? So if she fails at this match, then they're gonna cut her.
I think so.
Okay, all right. I don't think that that's completely out of the realm of fucking possibility. To be honest with you.
No, and the sad part is, like, I think that fed up with it because like you said, of the money and time they've invested in her.
Mm-hmm.
To try and get her brand out there. They just can't keep continuing to swim upstream when someone's not putting in the work.
I mean, she looks like a fucking Marvel superhero. She
looks like a star.
Yeah,
an absolute star.
She absolutely does.
She wrestles like a jobber.
Yeah.
She moves well, but her moveset's limited. You know what I'm saying?
Which is odd for somebody who's so athletic.
I don't know if that's she's a victim of the agents that are working with her,
mm-hmm.
or if she's a victim of her lack of knowledge of navigating the back room,
mm-hmm.
the politics. You know what I'm saying? But either way, something's got to give with her.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I dig it. Well, now we're going to move on to Rey Mysterio versus Grande Americano, who is Chad Gable under a mask, supposedly. I mean, I can't be 100% sure that that's the case, but I mean, if I was a betting man, I would say that Grande Americano is Chad Gable. So I'm glad that Chad Gable.
I would say so too.
I'm glad that Chad Gable got on the show. I'm glad that Rey Mysterio's on the show.
Again, like, they're booking themselves into a corner unless it's a swerve. Which you know there's going to be a swerve.
No, there has to be.
So I think the swerve is going to play into the finish. I think that's the perfect time where you have Malachi Black come out.
Oh, okay.
And absolutely destroy fucking Mysterio.
Interesting. Well, that would be an interesting spot.
He had, if you remember the seeds they planted, right?
He was talking to the guy in Mexico. So it's like, who is the guy in Mexico?
About the luchador problem.
Right.
And if you remember correctly, the person who had a luchador problem was Malachi Black.
Mm-hmm.
It was referenced in a previous promo when he was with WWE, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
He had a luchador problem. So, again,
does he join the Judgment Day? Does Malachi Black join the Judgment Day?
Here's the thing.
Because he got the card.
Not last much longer.
He got the card from Dom. So, right. I wonder if that's going to play into into other stories that are already currently going on with there being, with Finn pretty much being done with Judgment Day, it looks like. I mean, could fucking Malachi Black come in and take over and be the leader of the fucking Judgment Day?
He could be. Once again, like, it seems like they have nothing for the Judgment Day, which seems like a great disservice because it's the best faction going right now.
Well, it's really like the only real faction that they have.
Exactly. And because they just officially dissolved the bloodline. So, as a faction. So here we go. Like I don't understand. If you don't want to do Judgment Day, stop doing Judgment Day and have them split up. They're more capable of splitting up and carrying their own storylines. Stop pairing them with the LWO.
100%.
So I think it's coming to a nexus point for Judgment Day where either they fracture and fail to exist, or you have a change in leadership.
Interesting.
Malachi Black versus Finn Balor is entertaining as fuck.
Yeah, I mean that's certainly entertaining. Mysterio against Malachi Black is also very entertaining for me. I would love that. I think that they would
Yeah,
fucking have a banger of a banger of a storyline against each other, and then Grande Americano. Like I listen, the shit's funny.
yeah, I agree.
Chad Gable is this generation's Kurt Angle. He's showing that he can do comedy.
Santino Marella.
Yeah, he has like real strong influences that he's obviously taking from, and he understands that
Absolutely.
this is entertainment. If it was a real deal type thing, Chad Gable would be the champion. Because he's supremely skilled at what he does. Like, he is very, very skilled.
He's chicken shit.
Yeah, agreed.
And I gotta tell you, like there's a soft landing spot for Malachi. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I like what you're saying.
Chad Gable has shown his ability to show. We call it showing ass. But he can show ass gracefully. He can be stupid. He can be hilarious. He can be dumb. Like he can play all these different characters and play them well.
I agree.
He has really carried American Alpha from a nothing fucking tag team into something that's watchable.
Yeah, they're pretty solid.
I mean, I'm sorry, American made.
American made. Yeah, I knew what you meant.
All right, thank you. Nice to know someone does.
I was following you, buddy. I was following you. People, were you following Chris Dozer? Let us know in the comments.
Please do.
But
comment, please.
But you like Malachi making his appearance during this match, eh? And costing Mysterio the match. It's very. I
do.
That's a fucking.
I see the lights going out, him popping up in the ring, sitting down.
Yep. I
It's
think
the black mask of Mysterio, and then.
I think that's a good shot.
They roll out the full entrance for him like they used to have.
Oh, okay. Well, that would be even more crazy.
Well, man, if you're not gonna do it, when are you gonna waste it on a Raw?
Right.
Or SmackDown? Like it's once again, everyone knows he's coming in.
Right. It's not like a fucking secret.
And then you check the box of having a surprise entrant, a surprise return.
Mm-hmm.
I can also see Malachi Black fitting into the storyline with Orton.
Yep.
As his surprise opponent.
Mm-hmm.
But like second match in, you check the box. Like you've already checked the box for the face win for Jade. Now you have the heel go over in a shitty fashion in the second match to show everyone there that anything can happen. Right? It's WrestleMania. Anything can happen.
Right.
So now you have the fans who are surprised, who are blown away, yada yada yada. Now they're ready for the next thing. Right. So now you got them rocking and rolling.
Which the next thing is LA Knight versus Jacob Fatu for the U.S. title, which is a fucking
banger match.
It's gonna be a banger. Those guys are gonna fucking have a great match against each other, and I don't think that it's out of the realm of possibility that Solo gets involved and costs Jacob the match, and Jacob turns face. I would not be surprised if that happened at all.
I can also see Solo getting involved, almost screwing Jacob, but he comes out with a win anyways.
Oh, so he gets the U.S. title regardless.
And and now he's a face. You know what I'm saying? He's the best thing going right now on SmackDown.
I agree. I would tend to agree.
He's must watch. Like he's made Braun Strowman look watchable, which is a fucking hard thing to do.
Yeah, Braun is a big fucking guy and is not really easy to work with.
That's it. That's where it stops.
Yeah.
That's where it stops. He's a really big guy. Awesome.
Yeah.
And nothing else.
Yeah, I mean, I like Jacob to take the U.S. title. I think that would be a good look. I also wouldn't be upset if LA Knight retained and Jacob turned face. I wouldn't be upset about that. I mean, I think that there's a couple of different directions that they could go, but all of them with Jacob.
It all depends on the direction they themselves want to go in.
Correct.
I do see at some point soon Jacob with the title belt in his hands, mid card. I mean, whether it be the Intercontinental title or the U.S. title after the fact. I mean, you could still have them do a rematch, the SmackDown after WrestleMania 2, and have them title there too.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of different directions that they can go in for sure, and I mean, honestly, I wouldn't be too upset if Jacob got drafted to a separate show from Solo and went after the IC title. If Braun is able to hold on to the IC title, I mean, I would love to see Braun and Jacob go at it. Like, I would be over the moon about that, because those two fucking guys locking horns would be incredible.
Well, you're seeing the future happen, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely the future. It's those two guys are definitely the future.
Building them both up to be main event draws.
Agreed. I totally agree with that.
I'd pay an undisclosed amount of money to watch them fight each other.
Yeah, no, absolutely, and I mean, this is no like trying to talk bad about LA Knight or anything, because LA Knight's fucking phenomenal as well. I just think that Jacob is, he is the future of what this business is. He gets it on a different level.
He's a hybrid, right?
Yep.
He's a heavyweight that wrestles like a cruiserweight, that moves like a cruiserweight, that can do things no other human can.
And he elicits a reaction, an organic reaction from people, because they don't see people. Yes. And they don't see people that can do these things.
Exactly. He can get a promo, a believable promo, right? And it's entertaining as hell.
Agreed.
All gas, no brakes. I mean, it's fucking money.
I'm about to dog walk somebody. I'm like, oh my God, bro, this guy is a fucking maniac, man. I fucking love it. I love that the guy is such a maniac, and he the whole body shake and like the whole deal, like, it's really fucking good. It is really good.
He's got it. He's got the it factor.
He definitely has the it factor.
Again, I'm not throwing any shade in LA Knight. He's done a phenomenal job at a lot of really tough spots. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. Oh, I get it.
He's been at the point where sink or swim for him, and he's succeeded every time he's knocked out of the park. So it's just, when you in this business for as long as we've been, sometimes you're you're standing on tracks and the train's coming through.
Yep.
You're at the wrong place at the wrong time, and you gotta give up something.
Yep.
I've been the train, and I've been the guy on the tracks too. So it's one of those things where if it's time, it's time. There's no beating around the bush. There's no pussyfooting around it. You got to get to it.
Right.
And if it's time for him, it's time. Like, I think it's time for him to have a solo title.
I like it.
He's earned it. He deserved it. He's been the workhorse of that SmackDown show for a long, long time. And I see the future of the business going around him, Braun Breaker, and Dominic Mysterio in.
Probably in that order too.
I mean, let's be honest. There's no more over heel than Dominic Mysterio right now.
No, he's fucking incredible, man. He's incredible. His in-ring work doesn't lend to how much heat he gets. He's okay in the ring. He's okay. He's not fucking fantastic. He's not his dad. He is just okay in the ring.
And I'm sick and tired of people comparing him to his dad, because his dad was a freak of nature.
You can't.
His dad's been doing this for fucking 30 plus years.
You can't compare the two. It's not fucking fair. It's not fair to either one of them, to be quite honest.
The smartest thing they ever did was fucking turn Dominic heel and get him away from his father.
Yeah, no, it's great.
Because that right there, so they didn't do a Charlotte Flair, and they should have.
Well, I mean, we're getting to that pretty soon. Let's talk the tag match. We got the War Raiders versus the New Day for the tag titles. I mean, me personally, I think it's time for the New Day to win the tag titles again. As heels, I think it's the right look. I mean, and especially based upon how this card is looking, it's looking like, we have like heel face, heel face. So I mean, it would be a heels up at this point. And plus, the War Raiders have done absolutely jack diddly shit with the fucking tag titles. So I mean,
Agreed. Agreed. I don't know. It seems like every 6 months or so they recycle the War Raiders through. You know what I'm saying? They go through this fucking massive change, and they come out with a new, fresh coat of paint, and nothing changes.
Yeah. I mean, I just don't think that the gimmick is over. Like, it's not over with people.
It has been over for a while now.
Fucking Ivar is a freak athlete. He's a giant dude. Eric is, like, just kind of there. Like, he's good or whatever, but, like, he's not, like, to just, like, a lay wrestling fan instead of somebody who's, like, in the business. If you're in the business, like, that those guys can fucking work. But that's the
work in the indies. They're shadows of themselves right now.
That's the bottom line. Like, I think that they're capable of much more, but I don't know how much the handcuffs are being put on them, or the booking is bad.
I think it's the injuries that have piled up with both of them. Both of them have gone through life-changing neck surgery.
Yeah.
They don't move it. They used to move, and they used to move the reckless abandon. I watched Todd Hansen fucking take bumps that no man should take.
And especially a guy for his size.
Exactly. I mean, doing a hurricane to the outside.
Yeah.
Unprotected onto a cement floor. I mean, the pad's 3 inches thick, but you got a lot of landing area that's concrete underneath. Like, again, like I can't say a bad word about Todd Hansen.
Wow.
Who is Ivar. I can't say a bad word about Eric Rowe. But once again, it's one of those things where I think the gimmick, there's no appetite for the gimmick.
Yep.
It doesn't appeal to anyone anymore. It was cool when it was in NXT because they're bringing all the indie guys in for NXT. And now it just seems like a stale and it's a rerun. And unfortunately, I see them being on that list for the post-WrestleMania roster cuts too.
Ooh, okay, that's another hot take. I can get with that though. I think that Eric is probably on that list. I don't know about Ivar, man. I really don't. I think that Triple H really likes him. He's a Massachusetts guy. I think that Triple H kind of digs those guys who are Massachusetts guys. And also, I think that it's the New Day's time. I think that they've done a pretty good job, man, as heels. And, really getting the heel persona over. I mean, they get booed pretty heavy. Again,
they're in a tough spot too. I mean, they're coming off a faction that's been around for over a decade, and they've seen every iteration aside from them running heel.
Right.
At the very start, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
I only think it's time for the New Day to win, or at least to get back in the win column, get another tag title run. I think they've earned it. They're more than deserving of it.
Mm-hmm.
However, like again, I don't know what the appetite is for the New Day anymore.
Right.
And it's one of those things where I'll change the channel.
Yeah.
I like the heel turn, don't get me wrong, but it's been a really weird build up for me because I haven't watched a lot of their matches. I haven't watched a lot of build up to WrestleMania at all, aside from bits and clips and whatnot. I don't watch TV like that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if something that's big is happening, like I'll watch the Raw after Mania because it's the Raw after Mania.
Right.
But I don't devote more than an hour each week watching wrestling.
Oh, okay.
It's really hard for me to say, because being as big a fan as I am.
Mm-hmm.
But to me, this build has been all over the place for WrestleMania. For me, it seems like it's been convoluted at points. More really focusing on other points. The injury bug has plagued them a little bit.
Yep.
With Kevin Owens not being able to go.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's the build has suffered considerably from the lack of direction. Not saying they haven't put in time. Like the build for the triple threat with Roman, Seth, and Punk has been phenomenal.
Mm-hmm.
Same as Gunther and Jay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
And
but that
Damien
just
Priest
kicked
broke
in.
record
That
there.
just kicked into high gear though. Like with Gunther, busting up Jimmy. Like
Yep.
it was kind of stalled until that happened, and then all of a sudden it's become
It was very muted. It was very mute. It was a weird. It was a weird build. Am I wrong? Like
no,
it's very.
no.
It was very muted for the guy who's won Mania.
I don't
Who's
think
won the
I don't think
Rumble.
that you're wrong at all with the whole build for Mania. It was very odd this year. With what they did for Mania, it was very strange. It was like they would never announce. Number one, they would never announce the matches on what day they were going to be on before the show.
No, and they would never announce them in events. Like, I already know like who's closing the show tonight too, right? It's gonna be Cody and John Cena.
Right, and you know who's closing
But they
night
never
one?
announced
It's
them.
Rollins, Punk, and Roman. So like,
But they would never announce that.
no,
right?
never, absolutely not, no fucking way.
Because they'll get you to tune in to watch it
Correct.
to see where the matches fell through, and they would never release the card this early. So I'm not sure if this is a swerve on their part or if there's some massive fuckery going on. But again, it seems like a disjointed build. They don't know where to concentrate.
I agree.
And it's hard to follow it as a casual fan. You know what I'm saying? As a guy like me who's tuning in, like, where the fuck is Jey Uso and Gunther on his list? Like, what the fuck is going on? Like, this is a kid who won the Rumble. You just devoted a fucking 2-month build to this.
Yeah, it's and that's what's very strange is you got to think like there's got to be some sort of fuckery going on. Some sort of fuckery is going to happen on this show.
I mean, the world title wasn't even defended at Elimination Chamber.
Yeah, and I mean only one of the tag titles is being defended on fucking WrestleMania. That seems
it's fucking
seems very strange.
On SmackDown.
Right. You're gonna do it on SmackDown, but you're not gonna do it the day after on WrestleMania. That doesn't make fucking a lick of sense.
I'd be pissed if I was DIY or the Street Profits.
Oh, for sure. And even the Motor City Machine Guns. Yeah, I'd be pissed.
Yeah. Waller and Theory, like, they won the tag team titles last year at Mania.
Yeah, it's very strange. Very strange how they did this. Very strange.
Okay.
Well, let's get into.
I'm glad I'm not the only one.
No.
If I had a criticism, it would be that. My criticism for WWE. It seemed like they're hitting on all cylinders, and they seemed like they stalled out at the Elimination Chamber as a high.
Yeah, right. Exactly right.
So it seemed like the engine stalled, and then they kind of coasted into the last few weeks of the build.
Well, then you don't have Cody then you don't have Cena when you come back to the States. It's like, so we just have we have all this build with Cody and Cena, and then Cena's not available, so now you have no build leading up to
Cena's
WrestleMania.
already in Vegas right now.
That's fucking ridiculous.
Cena was in Vegas last week.
Right.
Like,
so
what the fuck?
I don't understand.
So
why couldn't he be at the show?
Once again, I'm not trying to nitpick the travel schedule of one John Cena. He's earned the right travel where he wants.
Yeah, to do whatever the fuck he wants. You're right. I totally agree.
Whatever he fucking wants. But again, it seems like counterintuitive that you have the build of the biggest show, which is the biggest show of shows. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And your star, a guy who's closing the show tonight too, is not there to build.
Yeah, it's pretty wild.
I give credit to Cody where it's due, because Cody has fucking carried that angle with his promos and with his fucking fire.
I agree. All right, well, what do you think? Tiffy versus Flair for the women's SmackDown title.
You ready for another hot take?
Oh, yeah.
I don't give a fuck. As long as you keep the title off of Charlotte Flair, I don't care.
Oh, my God. I just don't understand why she always needs to go into business for herself. That's the one thing that I don't get.
Again, you're the most successful woman in the history of the business.
It's not even close.
Right? No, it's not. Like, the next closest person is what, Trish Stratus? And she was at 7?
Right.
Like, come on, dude. What the fuck are we doing here? Like, you don't need to resort to low blows in promos to get over.
Yes.
Granted, she was supposed to be the face and Tiffany was supposed to be the heel. I don't care. She comes off as a whiny, entitled little bitch.
Yeah, it doesn't make a lot of sense to me why.
Like everyone has been protected under the blanket of Triple H.
Oh,
Right? You've been
100%.
protected in his business all because of your last name.
I mean, you said it earlier. I mean,
I'm
you know.
I'm not saying she's not talented.
No.
She has every talent in the world, but because of her last name, she has the gravitas.
Super
right?
talented. Super talented.
Did Ric Flair had to resort to fucking taking chip shots on promos at people? No.
Nope. You'll never hear that in promos.
He absolutely had to. He never went into business for himself either.
Nope.
Except in WCW, which is when no one was watching.
Well, I mean, I think that it was more in defense of himself because he was getting fucking torched.
He was getting railroaded.
It's fucking crazy.
Listen, I'm not saying Ric Flair's never been unprofessional in his career, because he has been numerous times.
Oh, of course.
But the number of times Charlotte has gone off script and been unprofessional is staggering. Staggering.
Yeah, no, it's
she did
definitely.
With Sasha, she did with Becky, she did it with Nia Jax, deservedly so, and now she's doing it with Tiffany Stratton. Because she's a vet and she feels like she needs to fucking test her.
Yeah,
whatever, dude. Fuck off.
I think and I hope Tiffy goes over clean. Yeah, that's kind of my thought. Tiffy goes over clean. And I mean, because there's more meat on the bone at that point. You can have rematches, you can do all sorts of different things.
Well, once again, like, you've seen Charlotte Flair with the title. It doesn't fucking...
It doesn't elevate anybody else in the division with her holding the belt.
Service, but it does no one any help but Charlotte Flair.
Correct.
Her stats.
I agree.
And I couldn't care less about that.
Yep.
Like, once again, you have plenty of talented women in that division. For God's sake, stop pushing Charlotte Flair, because it's white noise at this point.
I agree 100%.
When I saw the clip of Charlotte Flair going off script and going into business for herself, I fucking immediately turned the channel, because I can't stand it. The one thing you never do is go into business for yourself on the microphone or in a match.
Nope.
I never gone into business for myself in the match. I've had gone into business for myself on a microphone before, but it's unprofessional.
It's not the right thing to do.
No, especially when you know what you're there for. You're there to put over younger talent, not to fucking bury them.
Right.
You're not John Cena.
You're not John Cena. You haven't earned the right. Exactly. Perfect. Well, let's move right on to Gunther versus Jay for the world title, which is the co-main event of night one. I like Jay personally in this match.
Once again, you're not going to waste all this money and all this hype on Jay with him not winning, especially when this is his third bite at the apple.
Right.
He's 0 for 2 the first 2 times?
3. 0 for 3.
It's time for Jay.
0 for 3.
0 for 3. If not now, then when?
No, you have to pull the trigger on it now. There's no way.
Exactly.
There's no way that you're going to have Gunther go over.
He's done an amazing job. All credit goes to Jey Uso for separating himself and making himself a draw. I think you ride the hot hand, and I think you go with Jey Uso. As much as I love Gunther, I want to see him.
He doesn't need the belt.
No, he's bigger than the belt right now.
He's the best worker. He's the best worker on their show right now.
He's done an admirable job of carrying the title. Let's see how Jay works with the singles title as a main title.
Exactly right. And let them. It's his time to do it. Like, let's see if he can carry the ball or not.
Give him the opportunity. Right? I call it the first opportunity to fail. Give him the first opportunity to fail. Right? Give him the opportunity to take the ball and run with it his way.
100%.
Because and this comes from my own perspective. Like, if you're a champion and you don't make it your own, it's not you making the belt. The belt is making you, and that's not how it works.
No, that is definitely not how it works. You have to make you work with the belt.
And you have to make that belt stand up. Like, you're there to make memories. You're not there to make friends. You're not there to make fucking money. You're there to make memories, right?
Correct.
So,
I mean, could you imagine the Raw after Mania, everyone yeeting with him holding the world title. Like, that's what I think of.
In all honesty, yes, I can.
Yeah, and it looks crazy. It looks crazy to me.
And the reaction's going to be through the roof. It's going to shake the fucking building.
Oh, 100%. 100%.
And well deserved.
Yeah, he deserves it. He deserves to get a shot to run with it. I like this whole Yeet thing. I think it's a good look. I think it's kid friendly. Like, there's a lot of things that I really, really like about it. Give him the ball, see if he can run with it. If not, you put it right back on Gunther.
Exactly. If it runs out of steam, it runs out of steam.
Excuse me, Gunter. I apologize. Gunter.
I'm sorry, I've been butchering his name for a long time now, so whatever.
Well, let's move on to the main event of night one. Rollins versus Punk versus Roman. This is where things are going to get really, really crazy, I think. I think that this is the match where things go completely off the rails, and I think
finish.
Yeah, I think that there's going to be a very odd finish, and I think that Paul is going to be involved in the finish, and I think Rollins goes over.
I think Paul screws over Punk.
Yeah,
and Roman.
Yeah, I do too. I think that Rollins aligns with Paul, and I think that it makes for a very interesting dynamic, and I would not be surprised to see Becky Lynch somewhere on this show or on the following show.
Once again, you're talking about bullets in the chamber, right?
Yep.
The one bullet that hasn't been fired has been Becky Lynch.
Correct.
And she's been brought up in promos and whatnot numerous times by Punk. I do see a spot where her getting involved, showing her face, showing that she's still around. Because if not, people start to lose memory of her, right? If you're not in front of them week after week, people forget you.
Correct.
And
she's been going long enough now.
She's too good to fucking forget. You know what I'm saying?
I agree. No, I've never seen a woman be over like she was when she was doing the whole man thing.
I hated it too.
It was so good.
Tough guy persona was forced.
Yeah.
Forced tough guy persona. I can't stand that shit.
But the promos.
Orange Cassidy play tough guy.
She was so good doing the promos though, and being like, "I'm the man. This is the man. That's the man." It was fucking really catchy, and it caught attention, and it was great. I mean, I loved it. I thought it was fucking awesome. Not the whole fake tough guy persona, but the promos that followed her being the man. Like, okay, like, you got your nose broken. Like, okay, there's a lot of wrestlers that get their nose broken, so, like, that's not really a big deal. But the promos, the promos that followed were fucking outstanding. Like, she really intrigued me with the promos. So you think Rollins goes over in that match as well, then?
I think he's gotten the short end of the stick too many times. Like, he jobbed out the main event last time.
Yep.
Last year, that one. I think it's time he rewarded him.
I think he pins Roman.
I think so too. Because that's the one thing Roman hasn't done. He hasn't beat Seth Rollins in a match that carries some juice for him. Post Mania, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
He has Roman Reigns has all momentum. He has all momentum to lose too, right? He's been put on his heels with Heyman being in Punk's corner. He's been put on the heels of Seth Rollins and Punk's promos. He's felt like the third wheel. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of it.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's done on purpose. It's done to cool his jets, and I think it's time to, give Seth a nod and give him the fucking dub.
Yeah, I think it's time. I think it's time. I think it's definitely time for Rollins. Now, I think that
it'll be interesting because I can tell you I'm probably 100% wrong. It's probably going to go a different direction. I hope it doesn't, because again, I'm in it for the sentimental value of, hey, this guy's been a workhorse for you. Are you not going to pay it off? You know what I'm saying? Like,
oh yeah.
Given what Seth did with all the injuries he had piling up, his back injury, his torn meniscus, working through all those injuries, like making it to Mania last year and mid-eventing WrestleMania, and then wrestling a match of his own the next night.
I totally agree.
Pretty fucking, like, you have to give him some sort of fucking flowers, and I think that's the direction that they should go in.
I agree. I totally agree. I think that it's the right thing to do.
Will they? Who knows?
Yeah, I mean, who the fuck knows? You have no idea. I mean, there's a lot of big personalities in that match who are probably clamoring for a win, so.
Punk is desperate for a win right now.
Yeah.
But I think Punk has got it. He got his main event at WrestleMania.
Right.
If he's around next year, maybe you can put him over for a title. Who knows?
Yeah.
That's next year. That's
right.
Next year's problem.
Right.
He's in the match this year for the first time in his career, which he's more than deserved.
100%.
For a while now. Given his track record with WWE and given his working relationship right now with WWE, I see no reason why he has to go over the match.
100%. I totally agree.
I see him winning the Rumble next year.
Whoa. Okay. I could see that. I could definitely see that.
That's the one match he hasn't won, right? The Royal Rumble match.
I don't know if he's ever won a Rumble.
He's never won a Rumble.
Never won a Rumble. Well, I mean, it's probably the last thing that he needs to do in his career then. And then that will guarantee him a main event WrestleMania spot. And he can win the title.
And he can walk off in the sunset after that, after he drops the title. You know what I'm saying?
Probably has a run, Summer of Punk.
Do a Summer of Punk, yes, as a heel.
Oh, I would love that. I would love that.
Just to pay homage to the fucking Summer of Punk he ran in ROH, which is must watch.
Oh yeah, that's it's what incredible work.
Joe was fantastic.
Oh, amazing stuff. Can't beat it. Well, let's move on to night 2.
And that's just night 1.
Right, that's just night 1, ladies and gentlemen. Now we're moving on to night 2.
Off air, Jimmy, you and I had the discussion about every match on this card could potentially, with the exception of maybe Jade and Naomi, could be a main event match.
100%. 100%.
Like, then you see how the card stacks night 2, and I'm like, whoa.
Oh, it's gonna blow.
Night 1.
Yeah, it's gonna blow the roof off the place.
It's gonna blow doors off that fucking place.
Well, let's start off with Orton because he's been left off the card that was on Yahoo. So let's start off with the Orton match because we don't know who he's wrestling. So it might be Nick Aldis, it might be Miro, it could be fucking Aleister Black. I mean, who the fuck knows at this point who Orton's opponent's gonna be?
I would love to see Rusev come back at WrestleMania. Or even Malachi Black, like give him the I call it pulling a Cody.
Yep.
Coming back as a surprise opponent, and then all of a sudden now he's rocking and rolling in the main event picture. Like again, you're adding main event caliber stars to your roster.
I agree.
So I mean, what better way to reintroduce them to the American audience than by having them debut at WrestleMania?
I also would not be up. I wouldn't be upset with Aldis. Just saying.
Again, that was my next point. If it's Nick Aldis, it's Nick Aldis. He's more than deserving of it. I loved his run in NWA. I think it got cut short because of poor booking. That was been well documented. His problems with Black Hogan. But I think he's done a masterful job in his role as SmackDown general manager. It wasn't really it wasn't an enviable spot for him because he was still an active wrestler at that point.
Mm-hmm.
But this is his way of getting his foot in the door, and I could absolutely see him lacing the boots up again and going up against Orton and having a hell of a match.
Oh, I think they would have a fantastic match, an absolutely a barn burner.
And you know, Nick Aldis has kept himself in tremendous shape.
Oh, he looks fucking great, man. He looks great. He's 36 years old. The fucking guy's like a spring chicken, man.
He's still in the prime of his career.
Shh, crazy, man.
Like, when I was wrestling, right, I didn't hit my stride until I turned 30, right?
Yep.
That's why I started putting the pieces together on the puzzle and making sense of things. And I was proud of the matches I was having. They were good matches, good quality matches.
Right.
No mistakes. We hit our spots. We hit our time. That was the biggest three things I could think of: hitting your time, hitting your spots, getting a reaction. But when I got to my 30s, I started fucking. This is why we do this way. We hook them in here, then we take them on a different direction.
Right.
And that's where I really learned how to start calling matches in the ring.
Well, and
Which is a very unique art form.
Orton's going to be doing that. Whoever he's working with, it's going to be very much old school. They're going to call it on the fly, and they're going to go. They're going to get to it, man. And regardless, out of those three people who we said, either Rusev, Aleister Black, or Nick Aldis, I mean, any of those three are capable of doing it. So I have no doubt that it's going to be an incredible match. I think that it would be great to open up night 2 with that. They may not. They may open up with AJ and Logan. But I don't know if they're going to put Logan on that early. If I was them, I wouldn't put Logan on in the first or second match. But then again, every other match is a title match except for the street fight. So, I mean, what do? You're not going to start the night with a street fight. So,
no. I mean, I think it's far more likely you're going to see Logan Paul and AJ Styles start the show on Sunday.
Oh, okay.
Just because it's Logan Paul.
Yeah.
And again, it's going to raise the ire of the internet wrestling community when he's opening the show night 2. That's a main event spot.
Shit. You know people are going to be pissed off about it, man. You know that they're going to be pissed.
Which is why I think they're going to do it that way.
All right.
That's why I think it's going to happen that way.
Well,
but again, any one of those three guys you named, or an unnamed worthy opponent for Randy Orton, I don't care who it is, but anyone who's in that slot is going to get the brakes beat off of him. But again, I don't think you put Malachi Black in that spot because I think Malachi has to come out and look strong.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's gonna play spoiler for the match with Mysterio and
Grande Americano.
Yeah, Chad Gable.
Chad Gable.
Sorry, I don't know what else. All I remember is the El Gran Luchador from fucking Kurt Angle, all gold.
That's right.
I see a nod to that in this storyline. So, the only reason why I don't think you see Malachi Black in that spot is because I think it's obvious Randy's going over. So you're not going to have someone come in to get reintroduced and buried.
Yeah, so that would likely lean towards all this then.
Yeah, where it's believable he could lose with dignity.
Right.
And
he's not going to lose much
on his back.
Right.
He went out on his shield.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas, the believability of the character of Rusev or Black gets hurt with the loss of Randy Orton.
Right, I agree to that 100%. Well, let's talk about AJ versus Logan then. I mean, I like.
Change channel.
Yeah.
Change channel. That's a piss break match.
I have a sneaking suspicion that Karrion Kross is going to get involved in this match somehow, where he may cost AJ the match, because Logan's not a full-time guy and Karrion is, and I think AJ sees in Karrion what we all see in Karrion, and I think that he's going to give him an opportunity to, kind of figure it out. And kind of go into a storyline with each other, and it's in Vegas, and I think that Logan is probably going to need the help, to be perfectly honest with you. I think AJ's a hell of a fucking talent, and I don't think that Logan Paul is really prepared for what's about to happen to him.
First off, number 1 is WrestleMania, right? Number 2, it's AJ Styles.
Yep.
Number 3, it's a part-time guy versus a full-time guy.
Right.
The appetite is not there for Logan Paul. He's a talented wrestler, but
Well, shit, dude, I would be a talented wrestler, too, if I could practice my matches for 4 months leading up to the fucking show. What the fuck?
Listen, I completely agree. Like, my matches would have been flawless if I had 4 months to prepare.
For each
No
match?
botches,
Like,
fucking,
what the
It
fuck?
would be a straight-up fucking banger every fucking night. And I've done that before. I've taken matches that I used to wrestle and put that format into another match and gotten the same reaction with somebody else. You know what I'm saying? There's formulas we follow in the wrestling business, right? And if this is AJ Styles' last WrestleMania, I see him going out on his back.
Yeah, 100%.
And I think the win would do Logan Paul a world of good if he'll be around more. Maybe make it mean more or something.
Well, I think it would just make I think it would raise his credibility.
Agreed.
You know, a win over AJ Styles at WrestleMania is a fucking big deal.
It's like when Jericho got beaten by Fandango.
Right. It raised Fandango's stock through the fucking roof. And who the fuck saw it happening?
Right. And
so,
no one remembers Jericho putting him over. Like, I remember it, but like no one remembers that part of it. They remember Fandango being super over for the next 6 months after that.
Right.
So again, like I think it does Paul a world of good if he's going to stick around. And I think it's a good spot for Karrion Kross to play spoiler. It's in his hometown, Las Vegas.
Yep.
And I think once again, if we're not going to do anything or pay off an angle like that they've been building for a while now in the background, then why are we even wasting our time with it? You know what I'm saying?
No, I agree. I totally agree. Well, moving on, we got Priest versus Drew in the street fight, which I think the street fight's going to be a banger as well. I think that they're going to beat the bag out of each other. I'm not a giant Damian Priest fan. I am a giant Drew fan, but the fact of the matter is, Damian Priest is another big guy, and I think that Drew is doing the right thing here. I mean, I think that Drew understands that, he needs to be on the card, and, they're entrusting him with a guy like Priest. And, I mean, I think Priest can hold his own weight for sure. I don't think that he's completely a waste
useless.
or anything. Yeah, he's not useless. I mean, he knows what the fuck he's doing.
No, absolutely. I think it's going to be a fucking memorable match. I think it's going to be the bags of each other fight all around Las Vegas, and it's going to be a win. It's going to be very good, very entertaining.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited for it, actually.
Absolutely. Hey Jimmy, I gotta pee. I'll be right back.
Okay, buddy.
Sorry about that.
No, it's all good, buddy. It's all good. Not a problem at all. This is why we have this show.
Perfect. I'll piss myself. That's why.
So he's taking a little break, but ladies and gentlemen, make sure that you reach out to us on YouTube. You can also reach out to us on Instagram. We have a couple of pages on Instagram. We'd be more than happy to interact with the fans. We also have an X account. You can reach out to us there, Pro Wrestling Summit. We are not hard to find at all. We would love to hear from some of the fans, the people who listen to the show. We'd love to hear some topics that we could talk about, maybe some people who we can bring on the show. I mean, we are open to anything. There is nothing that we are against or wouldn't want to do in terms of coming to talking about the wrestling business. So we would love to hear more from all of you fans, all the people online. I mean, haters. We're open to all of it. So don't be afraid. And WrestleMania coming up this weekend. I mean, we're releasing this on Thursday. Thursday, so you only have a couple of days to get ready for WrestleMania. But we figured Thursday was a good day, considering that it's only TNA wrestling that goes on Thursdays, and not everyone can watch that. I watch everything from wrestling. Chris Dozer had said earlier on that he only watches clips and highlights. I am not that guy. I watch every show except for TNA because I don't get TNA. I guess I could subscribe to TNA Plus, but I really don't feel like paying the money for TNA Plus for a show that I would passively watch. I don't think that I would. I don't think that I would be watching the show on a consistent basis. Just because Thursday nights are kind of reserved for my one night a week for a break, and I watch all the pay-per-views, and I watch Collision, I watch AEW, I watch everything. So there's literally nothing that I don't watch when it comes to wrestling. And plus, I go back and I watch old wrestling from the 50s and 60s and 70s that most people have never even thought about watching. But I'll tell you what, I've learned a lot by watching those shows. So
I gotta tell you,
oh hey, you're back, buddy. You're back.
I never learned more in my life than by going back and watching a match from like '72 with Dusty Rhodes and Billy Graham.
Oh my God, so much stuff that you can learn from those matches.
They worked the headlock the entire match.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. A headlock. You're right. It's completely ridiculous. So who do you like in this Priest versus Drew match?
So I think Drew.
Okay.
Although Priest is desperate for a win too. I can see it going either way, honestly. But I do believe I'm a fan of Drew. I like Drew's stuff ever since he came back.
Mm-hmm.
And he's really, again, been an unsung hero. He was the unsung hero last year at WrestleMania. Because they were building to him and Punk and Rollins in a three-way.
Yep.
For the title. And he really helped carry that storyline.
I agree.
He told two different stories simultaneously with Punk and with Rollins. So I think, I give my flowers to Drew still. Okay.
Yeah, me too. I think Drew goes over in that match.
He's been too good to ignore.
Yep. Agreed. Now, what do you think about Braun versus Penta versus Dom versus Finn for the IC title?
Match of the weekend.
Wow. Okay, that's a hot take for you right there. Match of the weekend. All right.
Yep, that match is going to have so many moments. It's going to be a coming out party for Penta. I do see Penta winning the Intercontinental title.
Wow. Okay.
I see Braun starting to separate from the Intercontinental title and going for the world title. That's when Jey Uso with the world title win.
Okay.
I do see Braun as next in line for that.
Oh, that would be excellent.
He's been in the fast track, and then you can go anywhere with him. You can go him versus Fatu. You can go him versus Gunther.
Yep.
Which is money. You can go him versus fucking Drew.
Yep.
You can go him versus Randy. You can go him versus anybody. You know what I'm saying?
I agree. He doesn't need the IC title. I think he's reached beyond that.
He's had 2 runs of the Intercontinental title. This one's been longer than the first, obviously.
Yep.
I do think they're testing out the waters with Jey Uso in the Intercontinental title, and testing the temperature. You know what I'm saying? Checking the temperature of him with the title win.
Yep.
Seeing how it will work, and then they went right back to Braun after that. But in my opinion, if you're going to elevate anyone to the next tier, Penta's got to be there.
I agree.
If not, if not now, then you're going to keep the title on Braun. And then you see Penta win the Money in the Bank briefcase.
Oh, okay. So you think if Penta doesn't win, then he wins the Money in the Bank?
I think so.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I could see that.
I think so.
I could see that.
But I think the Intercontinental title would be a better landing spot for him right now. Because now with the title changes, the main event picture is getting very, very cloudy, especially with Black coming back and Rusev coming back.
Yep.
Cody's still going to be involved somehow. Cena's going to be involved somehow still.
Yep.
Until he officially retires at the end of the year. So it's going to be one of those things where I think it's time for Penta to win the Intercontinental title.
Okay, I can dig it. I like it. And then
and Dom and Finn are going to show up.
Okay.
As will Braun. I'm telling you, there's going to be a massive spear in the match as a spot.
Maybe like a double spear, triple spear.
I can see it like being a Tower of Doom sort of thing.
Oh my God! Whoa.
Do you see what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, I see what you're saying.
Have Penta on Dom's shoulders.
Yep.
Setting up for like a Poison Rana.
Yep.
And have Braun Breaker come through, spear Dom.
Oh my God! What a spot that would be! What a spot that would be!
Yeah.
Incredible. All right, I like it.
I would do it. Good.
I like it. Well, then we got Liv and Raquel versus Lyra and Bayley for the women's tag team titles. I mean, I think Liv and Raquel retain. Lyra already has a title, and I don't think that it's really that important that
Bayley does not need a world tag team title
run.
I mean, her without a belt is better than her with a belt, because I think it clogs up an avenue for other people to get over.
I agree 110%. I think Liv and Raquel deserve those belts, and I think that they're good wearing them. It's like Kevin Nash and Shawn back in the day. Like it's really
the
big,
two dudes with attitude.
Yeah, exactly. Like I really dig their partnership. Like I really like it. So I think that that's good. We can just gloss right over that match. Then we got Io versus Rhea versus Bianca for the women's Raw title. Now, this is where things could get a little bit interesting. I think Bianca wins the belt only because I don't think Io is really like good. She's had the belt already, and I don't think that she's really been great with the belt. Rhea doesn't need the belt right now because I think Rhea is going to end up working with Becky Lynch, a heel Becky Lynch. So that's my take on it. I don't know where you stand, but I think Bianca wins it, and then Rhea goes on to work with Becky.
I think Bianca wins it. It's the only logical thing I have, because if you're not going to keep it on Rhea and you put it on Io, Io's obviously taking the fall, right? And you're not going to have Rhea lose clean.
Nope.
So you have. I do see Bianca turning in this match.
Oh, yeah. Definitely going to turn.
I mean, it's a three-way, so there's no rules. So I think it's going to go sideways a lot. I do see a belt shot somewhere playing into the match, and then Bianca taking the win.
I see several hair whips to the both of them as well.
Oh, yeah. I think it is time for Bianca to become relevant again. I think she got lost in the shuffle with the tag team titles.
Yep.
And she really got disservice done to her by Jade not being ready.
Yep.
So who knows whether the injury was legit or not? I could care less. I'm not going to talk about worked scripted injuries, because I could give a fuck less about that.
Right.
I think Io Sky's added nothing to this match. Really.
Yep.
Aside from being the person who takes the fall.
Okay. I couldn't agree more.
They didn't want to put Bianca over Rhea clean, because it hurts Rhea.
Yep.
That way Rhea can save some face, but not being involved in the pin.
Yeah.
Not losing the match, but not winning the match either. You know what I'm saying?
I agree. 100 million % do I agree with that.
Otherwise, you would have kept the fucking title on Rhea.
This whole time. Right. All right. Well,
I think it's.
Go ahead.
It's the avenue that you go down.
Yeah, I totally agree. Well, this leaves us with our main event, Cody versus Cena for the undisputed World Heavyweight Championship. I mean, I don't really. I think Cody goes over only because Cena's a part-time guy, and I think that there's some sort of fuckery with The Rock, where Cena maybe isn't really the heel that we all think he is. Maybe Cena tries to beat up The Rock too, and The Rock and Cena are gonna do something at SummerSlam. Like I don't know, but I don't see them taking the title off of Cody to put it on Cena.
No, it doesn't do anybody any good. Again, it's one of those things where we talked about Tiffany Stratton and Charlotte Flair, right? The title does nothing on Flair,
right?
If you put it on Flair, like it's a nothing title loss,
right?
And that turns into a black hole for the women's title on SmackDown.
Yep.
Again, you book yourself into a very, very, very tight corner if you have Cena go over.
Agreed.
I don't know. I can see it playing out where Cena wins. I can see it playing out where Cena loses.
Mm-hmm.
So my answer to this is I don't fucking know. Like I'm as big a fan as anyone else is of the angle, right? I think it was a masterful job in turning him heel and really making this match, because I think face Cena versus face Cody is going to be white noise.
Oh yeah.
So I think there's a lot in this match that is unknown. But I can see Cena winning. I could see.
Winning. Yep, I could see Cena winning, but I like Cody winning.
I can't call it, and I don't want to go on a line and say Cena's going to win, but I have a feeling Cena's going to win somehow. Thanks to fuckery, but it gives John Cena a chance to go save some face if he loses, and like he turns on The Rock.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? It gives him a chance to save a little bit of face, but not putting him over. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to see John Cena win the title, but I kind of want to see what happens if he does win the title. If that makes any sense.
It's almost morbid curiosity to see what's going to happen if he actually wins the title.
It's a curiosity I have in AEW right now.
Right.
I watch it to see how far the guys have fallen off.
Yeah. Well, Hook's puking in the ring after matches, like that's like a real thing.
He got concussed, man.
Well, they're saying he wasn't concussed, but I don't know, man. I might know a thing or two about concussions, and that's like a telltale sign that somebody's probably concussed.
Yeah, dude. Sick to your stomach, can't stand up, loses his bearings. Like, you and I both been there,
God,
Jimmy,
so ridiculous.
I roll into the ring, pull up the apron, and puke.
Sorry, guys. Oh my God, it's so crazy. Well, this has been our WrestleMania show. We've successfully completed it. Make sure that you reach out to us online, comment, like, share, subscribe. You know what to do. Chris Dozer, it's been a pleasure as usual. Don't be a stranger, and we'll talk very soon, pal.
Roger that. Thank you, sir, for the time.
Of course.